So I just got out of the gym, you sorry motherfuckers who didn't go to the gym. Yeah, I just pumped some iron while your lazy ass was playing fucking NCAA, fucking doing fucking math tests and goddamn sucking on bitches' titties in the dorm rooms. While you were doing that, I was in the goddamn gym making my chest beg me for mercy like it's some medieval shit. Alright, so what we're doing right now is we're making Matt Marauder's world famous pork chop with sweet potato mashed potatoes. Now, just hearing that name, I know you guys are thinking probably in the back of your goddamn head, Why is Matt Marauder, why does he eat like he's a Roman gladiator? Well, I got an answer for you. I'm 6'8", 300 fasted in the morning. So, I need to fuel my body with the correct things in order to survive. Because if I eat, say for example, I eat like a little Debbie sweet, my body will reject it and I will start throwing up. I have to eat I'm like a goddamn NASCAR. I have to have the highest octane of fuel in my body. So that's why we got the sweet potatoes working on the stove right now, and I got the rest of my sweet potatoes here. I'm going to throw this motherfucker in the fridge, and then I'm going to get back to you when I get that pork chop out and we can season our meat. So I often get asked in my day-to-day life, hey Matt Marauder, why do you eat pork instead of steak? Dude, I eat so much steak that I'm practically making fucking cows go extinct. I eat so much steak that I need a break from it sometimes. And I know that pork is haram. Yeah, I get it. But guess what? I'm not a Muslim, okay? I was born a white male, okay? Kill me, okay? That's just what it was, so I could eat pork. Unfortunately for you. Pork is so goddamn cheap at Target. Target is like the most expensive goddamn place in the world. And with my bank account, it's my fucking house, my rules, my roof, my rules with my bank account. So my bank account can't tell me shit, okay? So money isn't a fucking issue for me, but I'm just saying, for common folk, Target's so goddamn expensive that a lot of motherfuckers, pork is the only answer for you motherfuckers, man. So boneless pork chops is the way to go, in my opinion. It's lean. It tastes so fantastic. If you make it the way I make it, I mean, I make probably the best pork chop. I'm like a Michelin star chef, okay? And you can't just have the pork chop alone. So I season mine with salt, pepper, which is mandatory when you're making meats. Pause. You gotta have salt and pepper on there. I put so much salt on my meat. Pause. Because I'm trying to get bloated. It's so hard for me because my body naturally is just at 4% body fat year round. And I'm fucking, I'm big as fuck too. So I'm like, a lot of people saying natural lifters can't be big and shredded. I'm big and shredded. So that's unfortunate for your bitch ass. But I just have it like that. I was born like that. I can't control it. I'm sorry. If I could pass it on to you, I would. But I can't, sadly. I season with salt and pepper. I use a lot of salt, okay? Just because I want to retain some water, okay? That's that. Pepper, I mean, everyone puts pepper on shit. Garlic powder is necessary for me, and I use that Badia because I'm Dominican, so I use that Badia garlic powder, and that's just garlic powder goes on everything, so that's mandatory. Then I put paprika. This is my special ingredient, okay? Why do I put paprika on the pork chop? Simply because I like the way it looks. I think it doesn't really add that much flavor to my meat, but I just put it on because I think it looks cool. I like having that red on there. Gives it a good crisp. And we're going to season this up, and then we're going to throw it on the cast iron. I'll catch back with you guys. This is what your finished product should look with the pork chop. We're not shy with seasoning around here. We like our shit to taste good. I used to be on that shit where I was afraid of seasoning with my diet. And, I thought seasoning was going to make me fat for some reason because I was a novice when it came to nutrition. But now I'm a fucking expert. So season that shit up, make it taste good. It doesn't goddamn matter. You shouldn't be cutting anyway. Everyone should just be bulking. If you're cutting, you're wasting your goddamn time. So we got this heavily seasoned and we got our sweet potatoes working. And if that's a restaurant term, use it in my last video. When something's cooking, you say it's working. So I just put you guys on to some restaurant lingo. As you know, I work at a Roost Chris Steakhouse, so I'm basically the fucking mother of all people to be getting your reliable restaurant information from. So sweet potatoes working, seasoned pork chop right here. I'll catch back with you guys. All right, so fasten your seatbelts, buckle the fuck up, because this is where you guys are going to realize that I'm not messing around here. This is the real deal. This is real cooking content. Once I flip this pork chop, you guys are there's gonna be tears falling from your eyes, because you guys are I know whoever's watching this has been doubting me, thinking that I'm just fucking walking around lollygagging, okay? Watch this flip and watch the crust that we're about to get on this goddamn pork chop. All right, you ready? Look at that goddamn crust on the pork chop. And a lot of you motherfuckers are gonna be saying that's burn, but once I tap this shit with the knife, you guys are gonna be saying otherwise. You ready? Let's get up close and personal with this pork chop. You hear that? That's a goddamn mighty fine crust right there on the pork chop. And I know you guys are probably sad now because you think you're missing out. I'm giving you guys the recipe, though. You guys can do this on your own. Make the greatest pork chops in the history of the world. And I know it's haram, astaghfirullah, but for me, it works out. And the sweet potatoes, they take a long-ass time to cook. So you just got to torture those motherfuckers. You got to make those sweet potatoes think that they're going to Christian hell. Like, you want to make them repent for their sins in this goddamn boiling water, okay? And we're going to let this bad boy sit on this for a few more minutes because pork chops take a while to cook. And you don't want to eat a raw pork chop because that shit just seems... It's gross eating raw swine, in my opinion. And I eat so clean, bro. It's crazy. Like, I don't drink tap water because I can't trust this motherfucking... The shit that comes out of this goddamn faucet, I am not trusting that. I don't know what chemicals are in that shit or fluoride's going to make my goddamn teeth fall out by the time I hit 60 years old. Now, I'm a hypochondriac and I get it, so that's probably crazy outlandish to not drink the tap water, but when your ass has no teeth and you got to be wearing dentures, and I got some pearly whites because I went to Turkey 3 years ago and got some goddamn nice-ass teeth, you guys are going to be regretting that. So I drink only Aquafina, and also here... Part of my clean eating is pure Irish salted butter.
Was a wintry walk to school in Part Village, but they're a hardy breed in these parts.
Well, the mother says we had to go anyway. We hadn't much a choice in the matter.
I don't eat that buttermilk butter, margarine, whatever the fuck the Pam spray, whatever those goofies be using, that's not what we use in this kitchen, okay? We use pure Irish butter salted. That's what we use, period. That's it. Blow. End of story. So Johnny Pork Chops begging for mercy over here on the skillet. Meanwhile, we got the boys off the stove right here. We took the sweet potatoes off, and I mashed the fuck out of them. I had my way with these sweet potatoes. Now, what do we put in these to make them good? Sweet potatoes are fucking fantastic as they are, so I don't put too much shit in them. All I put is garlic powder, because I put that shit on everything. Fuck is you talking about? Then I put pepper, because I do that on everything too, and I use a hefty amount of salt, because we're not worried about bloating. We're worried about being fucking 450 pounds when we wake up in the morning. So we don't worry about bloating. I'll hold as much water as I fucking can. I'm like a goddamn camel. Then I put a little bit of sour cream in there just to make everything a little bit creamy. You could use the same recipe with russet potatoes. I eat russet potatoes sometimes because sometimes I'm feeling like a bitch and I eat russet potatoes. Make sure you put a little more sour cream than you would as if you were using the sweet potatoes. And put a little bit, usually I use a little bit of heavy cream. I put a little bit of heavy cream in there with my russets, but not in here. These are like liquidy enough, all right? So that's that with the sweet potatoes. So this is what your end product should look like right here. The sun is blessing my house right now because I live in the goddamn Beverly Hills of Massachusetts. That's not the point, though. I'm just letting you guys know. I got a little money in my back pocket. There's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker, okay? So we're going to take this bitch-ass motherfucker off the stove. He's been talking shit to me, telling me he wants to get off. So we're going to take him off the skillet. I'm just going to hit the sides one time just to get a little bit of crisp on them. I don't like the way they look when they're not, when you don't give it a little bit of that, and it looks way better in my opinion. So just give it a little room on the sides here to just marinate, get all the flavors going. Then you take it off, and a lot of people like to rest their meats. With me, I'm so focused on consuming anything that's in front of me. Like, you might recognize me from the Dyson ads. They use my mouth in the Dyson ads to promote their new vacuum cleaners because that's how I get down in the kitchen. So I guess some people would probably say you should let this motherfucker rest, but I'm just going to tear into him as soon as... Oh, we'll make it a girl. I'm just going to tear... No, let's just not sexualize it. I'm just going to tear into that pork chop as soon as I see fit, which is basically right the fuck now. So that's basically the whole cooking video. You see the crust on that thing. It looks glorious. Oh my God, look at that shit. And then we got our sweet potatoes. And all I do is I just consume this. It'll probably take me no more than 15 seconds to eat that. And then I'll finish it off with some sort of fruit because I want to get some fast-acting sugars in my system because I just demolished my shoulders, okay? So usually I eat grapes or seeded cherries or an apple or some shit like that. And that's the whole meal. I'll catch you guys on another video.